Welcome to the Monk Starter Survival Guide for Diablo 3, Patch 269 and Season 21. What these guides are survival guides / starter builds. We take you from 0 to hero every single season. The best way to start every single season is to save your Challenge Rift bag. So we finally know when the Challenge Rift resets. That is on Monday the 29th. So you basically do not do your Challenge Rift until the season is active. So save your Challenge Rift bag, save your Challenge Rift until the season is active, and then you can complete it. This is what you get. If you do your due diligence and save your Challenge Rift bag, you get a bunch of materials. You can power up your blacksmith, all your crafting materials to maximum. You can do some Bloodshard rolling at level 1 to maybe get some multipliers to help you throughout your leveling process. And yeah, you can cube some stuff. You can do a Hope of Cain upgrade. So that's pretty much why everybody uses this as their base every season. So let's get into it. For Monk, level 1 Bloodshard spending. The reason why we roll at level 1 is because the item pool is severely smaller, right? Look at all the level 70, and then if you just roll them right away, then it lowers the item pool tremendously. For Monk, we're gonna go bracers this time around because each one you can build off of and it makes your season that much better. You can get Caesar's Momento, or Tempest Rush. You can get Gundo gear and it really powers up EP, and Pintos Pride powers up Wave of Light. It's not a lot, but it's enough to carry your season. In the description below, I'm gonna have a starter build for all three. So no matter what you get, you know how to build that early game, you know exactly what to go into. You don't have to even worry how to build everything. So don't worry, I got you covered. If you roll and get Caesar's Memento, this is the best in slot. It's an 800% multiplier. It synergizes with the Sun Wuko set is what we're getting this season. Sun Wuko powers up LTK, Tempest Rush, and Wave of Light. So this is like best in slot, honestly. Second would be Pintos, because you get the Wave of Light from your bracer, and then you get it from the set. And third would be Gundo gear. Even though Gundo gear is still really good, it'd probably be third place, right? If you're rolling shards and you get Gundo, you can keep rolling and you can try to get another one if you like. If you're rolling and you get Pintos or Caesars, from there, you can go right into Pants. You get Pox Falls. There's a 550% multiplier. Monk is pretty tanky. The 2-piece Sun Wuko set gives us 50% damage reduction. So you'll be able to be a battle tank. You'll be sitting there with your bracers. And yeah, you're going to basically be in the thick of mobs while you're leveling and your early progression. You're not going to be at range like later on with Wave of Light or anything like that. So I would say go for Pox Faults if you get one of the three, but I can see if people don't like Gundo gear, they can go for the other ones for sure. So you're gonna log in, you're gonna get all your stuff, you're gonna do your challenge rift, you're gonna come back, you're gonna open up your Bluddshards, probably roll your Bluddshards, and then you're gonna run to Act 3 Secheron and get your cube. Act 3 Ruins of Secheron, go all the way to the back, get your cube, come back, and do a Hope of Cain recipe. Hope of Cain, I believe, is the 4th recipe? Nope. The 3rd recipe, yeah, Hope of Cain. So you're gonna make a level 70 item. Remember, with our bag, we can upgrade our blacksmith to max level and craft a level 70 item. So we're gonna put a level 70 fist weapon in the cube. Yeah, this time around we're gonna go for fist weapons. It's just really high risk and really good reward. So we're gonna change it to 70. We're gonna open up the one-handed fist weapons, and you can get all these goodies in here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. A lot of them are really valuable, and even if they don't look that valuable, they really are. So Tempest Rush is good. Vengeful Wind is for Sweeping Winds, and Sweeping Winds powers up our starter set, which is Sun Wuko. So good. The Fist of Az is exploding palm damage, which is good. Sludgefish is not so good. But don't forget, if it's ancient, check the secondaries. If it rolls with reduced level requirement, you can equip it 40 levels earlier. They can roll up to 40 for ancients. The 2 Shenlongs are bad. Scarbringer's really good for LTK, 600% damage. Rabid Strike is situational. Logan's Claw, situational. Well, Logan's Claw is horrible, actually. There's no situation there. Lion's Claw helps. Actually, you can use this to pop your EPs, especially if you're going Gundo gear. Cairo Blade, really good, 250 damage to Wave of Light. Jawbreaker isn't much. Flesh Rake isn't much, but they do help a little. I mean, I would probably just throw them in the cube if I didn't have anything else. or maybe save them for something better. But yeah, at least it's something, you know. And then Crystal Fist gives you 50% damage reduction, which is huge for hardcore if you're running that way. If you really want to, you can go Diablos and you can get the Tempest Rush or the Flow of Eternity. Incense Torch is probably the big winner here. Wave of Light is the fastest key farm in the game still, so that might be something you go for. The balance is also really good, right? That's the Tempest Rush item. So whichever one you roll, feel free to go for. The odds are basically around the same. If you check the description of the video, I put a cheat sheet in there that gives you like a rundown or a breakdown of like just quick things that not to forget when you're leveling, like red gems for XP in your helmet. Make sure to keep an eye out for damage rings. Average damage is stronger than main stat, probably until like maybe 70. And even then it's really powerful. At level 70, don't forget to craft. At level 40, don't forget to craft your level 70 weapon. You know, things like that. So powerful and lot gem drop really early. And just things, little quick tips and tricks for that. So you're leveling along and you hit level 40. This is when we're going to look for a weapon with reduced level requirement. Remember, we powered up our blacksmith to max. We're going to make a one-handed mace. They don't have like a lot of stats jumbling it up. Like we want a clear picture on reduced level requirement. So I'm going to make 3 maces. You can do 3 or 4. I'd probably do 4, right? So you make 3. You head over to Miriam here. And we're going to re-roll the secondary effects on them. This one has chill on hit. So we're looking for crowd control on the secondary affix. Secondary, this has nothing good, right? You can see that. So I'll probably just salvage it if it was early season. The second one has knockback, which is good. We're going to put it in here. We're going to leave on the crowd control. Look at all the crowd control options. And we're going to take off the XP. And if the item does have life on hit, there's even lower chance for you to get reduced level requirement. So we didn't get it there. We didn't get it there. I'd probably roll 3 or 4 times and then roll the next one, because the gold cost is going to kill you before anything else. Reroll 1. I really don't want to get anything too good. 2, 3. And that's the general idea. There's a 4th one, and then I'll do a 4th one on this one. This is really good for me. I'm going to leave it. This is really good for me. But so then I would do it on another one, right? So then you'd make another one and continue the process. So I've gotten 30s and 25s in the past, and I'm glad I didn't get it. But that's the gist of it. Even if you burn all your materials, all your gold, who cares? By the time you hit 70, you'll have more, and your leveling materials is not a big deal whatsoever. All right, the 4-piece Wuko with Caesar's Momento, you basically play it like Tempest Rush, right? So you hold down Flurry, you'll build up Flurry stacks. You can see them down here. And then you hit them with Blinding Flash, and then let go. And then it'll debuff them, because you need to actually blind, freeze, or stun them. And it'll do the big Tempest Rush hit on them. So I have a lot of resource on here, and I have a lot of cooldown. So you would want cooldown on your gear. I would just put cooldown everywhere, honestly. That would be great. And a lot of resource, a lot of cooldown to be able to sustain this thing. If you get Captain set early, that'd be cool to work in. Wuko has a lot of off pieces, like they have like a amulet. So you might be able to kind of fit in the Captain set, which would be really awesome. Let's go ahead and do the GR20 Clear again. You know, we have no Paragon, nothing like that. And there'll be a build for all of these. And I'll probably touch on the mechanics of all of them, just so you can get an idea with whatever you get. So we're holding down Tempest Rush. And the elites right here. Oh, it's a Juggernaut too. Okay. So we're going to hit him with Blinding Flash and then let go. And you can see we took half his life there, which is good. We're going to get some space. We're going to build it. I don't want to get frozen here and lose all my stuff. Waiting for Blinding Flash. We got feared. Okay. Nice. That's always good. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, he died without wasting our Blinding Flash too. The Blinding Flash also gives us resource back, which we are, you know, resource starved, cooldown starved. This is like early, right? So I didn't really optimize anything because most people won't be optimized. So build up. I don't know the number. I mean, if you can get to max stacks, but most time you won't get to max stacks, like half, maybe 25 to 50, something like that. It's taking damage. They're taking damage constantly anyway. So you could let go and try to kill them. Like they die without it. Remember, you have the 4-piece Wuko helping you kill also. So it's like a little baby Tempest Rush, which, you know, a lot of people are going to be playing anyway, which is cool. Keep up your sweeping winds. This is your air ally. This will help you get your resource back also if you need it. Epiphany would be awesome also. You can get that if you like that. Especially if you have the cooldown or you get Zodiac Ring early. That'd be good to support it. But you can see it's Monk has a pretty chill start with Wuko. Wuko gives you damage and survivability, which is like the gold standard for the 4-piece, right? Early game, because you get everything you need basically to push yourself into like that mid to late game. For the Pintos Pride and the Gundo Gear version of the build, they both play exactly the same. They both use Crippling Wave into Mythic Rhythm, and then I EP the mobs, like a low health target mob. So you hit 3 times with Crippling Wave, it passively procs this on its own, and then you EP, and then you blow it up with either LTK or Wave of Light. Obviously, if you're using Pintos, you're going to use Wave of Light to do that. So let's just jump in here and I'll show you. Keep up sweeping winds when you enter. Every time you dash, you get a dodge bonus, punch, 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 EP, and then you pop it with whatever you have. If you have LTK boots, you can use LTK at this point also. They drop a lot while leveling. Punch, punch, EP, and then pop it. Anything you have in the cube would help. Poxfalds, a Band of Hollow Whispers, and anything you get along the way that has any kind of damage or on-hit effect. This is where it would come in and help you tremendously for the GR20 Clear. Let's go to the next. There's not a lot of density here, but I can try to gather it together like this. Yeah. Perfect. Few punches, EP, and then pop it. And then it's just spreading that fire damage everywhere. And Wave of Light's just helping us kill stuff. The powerful gem, I'd recommend you go get the powerful. Congratulations, you just did your GR20 Clear. You're gonna get your 6-piece bonus. What are you gonna build into? Well, no matter what bracer you have, I like to go to that original Tempest Rush version of the build, even with nothing, right? It's really powerful. Flurry has that crazy stacking mechanic that is just stronger than every other spell, basically. And you stack a lot of resource to be able to sustain it. And this is what the 6-piece starter looks like. I'll scan over it in case the website's not working or something if you're trying to play early season. Yeah, so you play like the original version where you're building up your Flurry stacks and your Blinding Flash. And yeah, I guess you don't have to Blinding Flash because you don't have Caesar's Memento, right? So this is with absolutely nothing. Like I have Gundo Gear here, but no Exploding Palm. So you should be able to jump into, say, like a T7 level as soon as you get your 6-piece here. Let's try it. Same concept as earlier. Yeah, you don't even have to cast it without Gundo Gear. So it gives you 1500% damage for every stack of Sweeping Wind. So if you get that Vengeful Wind, I mean, that would be the best case scenario. I'm gonna back up a little bit. We're in trouble here. Oh yeah, you have to let go, Blood, of Flurry. That's the whole part of Flurry, is like you have to let go. So you can see you can easily jump in here and just start Tempest rushing around and killing stuff. So knowing this, you might want to just keep rolling bracers till you get the Caesar's Memento, because, you know, obviously this is like what I think is really powerful early on. But it's not needed. I mean, you might get them while leveling. You can always make a level 1 monk and go back and roll them again. Like, there's a lot of options for you. Really powerful start. That Flurry rune carries. And it's like gives you practice, because you're going to be probably playing Tempest Rush, Patterns of Justice, or the Sun Wuko version, right? I mean, just absolutely bonkers. Of course, if you need builds, we got you covered on the website. If you don't know, I have a Diablo pretty much dedicated website. You go to the work section. It should automatically put you here when you click from the description. There's some resources up top, like the calculator that I'm using is in there. The gem calculator, other stuff like that. I have an ongoing tier list, right? For everything, every class. So you'd scroll down to Monk and you would see like what's the S tier for Monk. Monk doesn't have an S tier, but Wuko is close. I might change it. And the good thing about having my own website is I can edit however I want. I can go through and dynamically copy and pasta, put them wherever I want. It's not like a you know, set in stone, right? And then all the B tier builds, which are really good. B tier are still like around GR130. Like these is really powerful. And these are like roughly, we're not counting the season mechanic, and these are roughly around 135. And then S tier would be around 140. Torment speed builds, best is Wuko. So that's what you would want to get into first. But I love Tempest Rush, Patterns of Justice. It's really close to Wuko. A lot of the stuff is really close. So you have a library of builds for GR speeds, for bounties, all that stuff, right? Support builds, hybrid support. Speaking of endgame, you can play a hybrid support version of Monk. And you can also play classic Z Monk. Monk is all over the place. This gives your Barb shields and keeps your DPS alive. And you can one-shot Rift Guardians with it. So it's like a half RGK, Elite Killer, and then half giving your team enough shields so they can keep up Squirt's Necklace and other buffs like that. So I guess we can talk about endgame. We did a little bit. You have, you're not in the DPS meta, but you do have two types of supports. You have hybrid support and Z Monk for the meta. You're in the meta solo push. Monk keeps pretty much everybody alive. It's really, really crazy. And for pushing, you have solid push builds like we talked about. So you're in a good spot, Monks out there. You have your group play. You might not be in the speed meta, but a lot of times when people start running, especially mid game, people start running like 130 speeds, 140 speeds, like they bring Monks along. And if more and more people know about the hybrid support, then that it would pick up and, you know, like tell them like, you know, I'll give you shields, man. You can play Whirlwind Barb and all that, and I'll use the hybrid support, and you can make a lot of comps work. We used Monk hybrid support for like 119 speeds, like 3 to 5 minute runs with Barb and Satyr, and Satyr's still really good for speed. So you can bring a Satyr with you, bring a Z Barb with you, and give you that speed boost for sure. Anyway, that's Monk. Monk has a solid start. It has a really fun push build if you've never played Tempest Rush yet. You know, it has a lot of group viability, and overall cool playstyle, fast and furious. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all the likes on the videos. Appreciate all the subs, the patrons out there. It really means a lot. Got more videos coming, probably another one tomorrow and Monday. So it should be like a video week, right? I've already done, this is the 6th starter, so I only have one more to go. You'll see Wizard probably next week because I have other stuff I want to get to first. But yeah, this is Bluddshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.